Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply Fun. I'm your host, Aries, also known as Rita, and that is our host, Aaron. Today we're going
Showing
to be
you the Man of
reviewing
War Armada.
which, while Aaron gives you his thoughts, I'm going to check something real quick.
Well, one thing I'll say about this is the wrapper's very nice. It's a dark-looking wrapper. Very few. I don't see the seams too well. They are there, but I got to look for them rather close. Looks like good construction so far. Dry puff shows that the cut, even though the cut was a little hard to make because the wrapper is paper thin, and it wanted to stick to the tobacco inside because we use a hole punch. And that's a matter of opinion whether you like hole punch or cut or V cutter.
Let's see.
And we're kind of a little more for the hole punch. As for the smell goes, it's kind of chocolatey, slightly earthy, and I think a little leathery as well. What, you're looking for these? First, you got to look at M's, which would be down in the bottom center corner.
Forgot. So just continue.
Okay. It's right there. Okay, so I think this is going to smoke really good. I don't have more to say. I'm ready to fire up, but you haven't done your scent test.
I picked up.
Just check it out so you can get moving
picked up hints of chocolate and leather notes and a little earth. Okay, so I want to say, first of all, 5 packs of the Armadas is approximately $100. A box of 4 is $60, and a box of 32 Gordos.
This is what they call a Toro Grande, 6.5 by 52.
Here's what they have. Single is $20.
6.5 by 56, sorry. And it's $20 a stick. So you can get a box of 4 for $60, which is buy 3, get 1 free, essentially.
There you have it. So,
but if you just want to buy a single, you're going to have to go $20 on Cigar.com. This was in a sampler pack that was $30. So this cigar alone is almost the entire value of the sampler pack.
I want to say that I thought this cigar would have been about a $6 stick.
Oh, no. I knew it was higher. I thought it was about 12 to 15. I know the Divinia is about 15, and we
got that tomorrow. That's our very high.
That was also in the bundle, the Divinia that we got. We'll go over that tomorrow.
I know, but I'm just checking something. Again, just out of curiosity.
Anyways, I'm going to fire this up, even though she hasn't done her smell test.
I just said I picked up hints of leather and hints of chocolate. Remember, I sniffed it beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that's...
You're in agreement with me, pretty much. You didn't smell the leather, but you were chocolate and earth.
So, anyways, a single stick of the Divinia is 18 quid.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Between those two cigars, that's more than the bundle was worth.
There you have it. So, we're going to fire this up and see where it leads. So, let's kick the tire and light the fires, Big Daddy.
I'll say this, it smells a little like weed as I'm firing up the end here and toasting it. I've had cigarettes that do that too, so maybe these are filled with weed. Wouldn't that be weird coming from CI with that? They'd be in trouble, I think. I wouldn't report them. However, it would be very odd to be expecting a cigar and get that instead. And it has none of the taste. So far, first puff tasted like chocolate cake.
How'd I do this time around?
Yeah, this still kind of tastes like chocolate cake. It's weird. It's got that sugary flavor of cake as well. I'm wondering if that'll wear off or if it'll last throughout.
Actually, He's damn right about it. This tastes like a chocolate cake. So, shall we let you all go so we can talk about the first third?
No, it'll be no good to continue on and on and on until we know
Give me that.
more.
This one real quick.
So,
Mike,
I guess we will see you at the end of the first third and let you know how this is still going. And
yes, so please look for the first third. Thank you.
an intellectual, smart Mapachu.
Welcome back. Sorry, Aaron was talking about the dog.
Well, he moved for me just as I was, we were getting ready to do the next video, and I needed to sit in front of the camera, so, anyways, I thought that was intelligent of him to anticipate my move. Anyways, at this point, I gotta say that the flavors still are mildly chocolatey. The cake flavor kind of went away. That only lasted for maybe the first half inch.
I don't think so. I'm still picking it up.
Maybe mildly, now that I think about it. Back of the throat, though.
Ding, ding, ding. We got a winner on that one.
I didn't expect that. Also, the kind of some, what do you call it? Some slightly leathery notes, too. And mostly that kind of chocolate and some slight earth in there. It rounds out very nicely, and I've had no burn issues. We've already been smoking this for 54 minutes to get to the first third.
I would like to say that AJ Fernandez did another great cigar. I think out of my 3 top cigar makers, Rocky Patel is number 3, AJ Fernandez is number 2, and the Oliva Factory is number 1, or Oliva family. Nothing compares, in my opinion.
I'm keen on Camachos, and I do like the Grey Cliffs, but I've only gotten to try them once, and I keep thinking about getting some.
I'm just curious, even though this is a... What? Your foot.
You didn't touch it.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I didn't notice.
The Camacho, who makes it?
Camacho.
So they don't have just a blender like AJ.
Correct.
Well, yeah,
I think it might be Christian Iroa that makes it, but
I would say they're number 4, Gurkha's number 5, but, you know, when you've smoked many cigars, you get to know your favorites.
and I do really like Oliva myself. They make a very good stick. But, you know, so far I haven't gone wrong with either Man of War I've ever smoked, and I've seen a few problems with the diesels, but 2 out of 3 almost flawless, and 1 that had some run issues. It's just a shame that that's one of their more expensive ones too that had the run issue. So, anyways, at this point, I'm saying this cigar is awesome, and I'm really liking this. And seriously, 56 minutes into the cigar, almost an hour already, and I can't be happier in the length. I mean, 1/3 for an hour. This could be a 3-hour smoke. Could be.
I would like to say, because we're going to be turning this off in a second, waiting for the second third.
Yeah,
or the
probably
halfway.
see you in an hour when that comes by.
To buy cigars or to buy video games? That is the question
It's
for tonight.
a very difficult question to solve sometimes. I mean, I love video games. I love cigars. I like to smoke cigars while I play video games. And that's why I like RPG games and strategy games and sports. Well, not so much the sports.
You're getting out of sports?
No, I can smoke a cigar while I play baseball, but I can't during basketball, and I probably can't during football without losing the shot clock. Or not shot clock, but the, what do you call it? The play clock. But baseball, it's pretty easy to just play that one-handed sometimes, so it gives me a chance to smoke.
I also want to thank some of our new subscribers for subscribing, and I also want to say thanks to the viewers out there that are viewing our cigars, like the Chillin' Moose. We've got a lot of views on it, and we're just very happy to give you our opinion on cigars. That's why we're here.
Yep.
That and video game reviews.
Yeah, we do movie reviews every once in a while. I want to watch Black Butterflies with her and give a review of that because it's not a well-known movie. But I thought when I watched it that it was a fabulous movie. I'd known very little about Ingrid Jonker up to that point, and she's somebody that I should have known before. At least I feel I should have. And my dad didn't even know who she was. And she's really like one of the big three female poets in the last 100 years, in my opinion. To me, the poetresses that I like is Anne Sexton, Sylvia Plath, and Ingrid Jonker. So, but I wouldn't have known about Ingrid Jonker till the movie. I just ran across it, and I was like, I don't even know who she is. I'm going to watch this to try to get a little bit about her life story. Because so often their lives are disturbed, and it leads to their poetry being more interesting, I think, than some. Anyways, on to the next section. We will see you in a little bit, and take care of yourselves until then.
Look for part 3. Thank you. Welcome back to the final part of the video. So,
yeah, in fact, this time Rita smoked faster than I have.
By a
Not
quarter
much,
inch.
but it's rare that she outpaces me. That's because I was enjoying myself. As I was talking about earlier, RPGs and smoking, I got my handy-dandy little DS right here. So
I was watching some videos to pass the time on our cigars like I've been doing in the evenings. I've made a list I want to watch, so tomorrow I'm going to focus on PS2 and PS3 games to watch. Aaron?
well, anyways, getting onto the smoke. It's kind of picked up in flavor a bit and a little bit more in strength. Usually, I would say the beginning of this was more of a medium body, full flavor. And now it's a really full flavor, comparatively, with kind of a medium to high body. So it's a little bit stronger of a smoke this low. I'm still picking up those notes of leather and the slight chocolate, and there might even be a coffee flavor in there now that I'm picking
Yeah,
up.
I'm picking up chocolate, coffee, black pepper. It's a complex cigar.
The black pepper's in there, and I think that's what made it a little more fuller bodied than it was. And maybe a reason why it's a little more full flavor, too. The pepper's not obnoxious, though. It just kind of tastes like pepper. It's a little tingly.
And
I
just
like
so
that.
you know, because I'm smoking this slower and enjoying my video watching on YouTube, I want to say, for the record, that if you smoke slow cigars and you don't let them heat up fast enough, it won't bother your fillings if you have a problem with your fillings like I do.
Well, also, you're getting into the low part, so this is where the end heats up and starts heating up the mouth more, too. But this is also where, to me, it starts hitting the sweet spot, too. The final third is the sweet spot, usually. Sometimes I like the beginning of the cigar a little better, like in this one so far.
My favorite thing with the all of the nubs and the other ones, like the other ones that are coming up that are squatty shaped, it's because a lot of people want that sweet spot and they don't want to smoke a full cigar, so they choose the 4-inchers or 4.5 by 6
And as I
feet.
said, we started this cigar at 640. It's currently 940, and I could see this easily going another half hour for me. Even though we're in the final third. This cigar is just a very slow burning, nice smoke. It's a good one to puff, set, puff, set, puff, set. You don't have to keep puffing because this one stays pretty good on its own without tunneling. And so I'm going to go ahead and say it's a fantastic smoke.
So will
so
I.
far.
This is a fantastic, excellent smoke.
Now, is it
Worth
the
$20.
$20 for a stick? And that I will not pay for one of these. But if I get them in a sampler, I will be like, yes, I got one. So, yeah, this cigar is a darn good cigar. If you get a chance to nab it in a cheap sampler, do it.
We did with the Christmas to Go 2 sampler at Cigar International. We're not affiliated or sponsored by them, but we both wanted it. And the story behind the Christmas to Go 2 is I asked if they would have it about 3 days after Christmas. They said no. Now it's February and they still have them.
And I know this is still in a couple other samplers too, so that are actually affordable. So, as I said, you get a chance to nab this thing, go ahead and nab it. It's definitely worth the money in a sampler. Yeah, it's a Dozen Roses for Men sampler that's got one of these, doesn't it?
No.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
It's got the Davinia.
Yeah, okay. So I thought it was in there, but it's not. It's got the Diesel we smoked last night, the Davinia we're smoking tomorrow, and the Camacho that I think's really good, and the Cohiba I want to try, and a Alec Bradley I want to try, and that's a. I just wish I had $40 right now, but I don't. So
I do, but I'm not gonna buy that.
She'd have to buy 2 of them because we can't very well review if we only have 1 stick.
That's why you buy a nub sampler and then you keep the nubs for travel purposes.
Only because she's a huge Oliva nub fan.
Oh yeah.
Me, I'd rather have an entire box of Ecuadors from Camacho. That is still one of my favorite cigars.
Camacho,
I love that triple Maduro, though.
I recommend, if you haven't tried the Ecuador, to check it out. Cigar.com's got it with their Herfador combo, 5x54 Robustos, and the Herfador for $39.99.
Or buy the $70-some Partagas Extra Oscuro. That's
a box of those.
Yeah, I think it's a box for around $70. Not exact price, but
78's what I think it was.
If I could compare this to another cigar I've had, I really can't. It's got unique flavors to it. Even though chocolate leather and, pepper and coffee and
extra Oscuro
and earth are very common flavors in a cigar.
It's $93 a box for the size that me and Aaron usually gets, which is a 7x58.
And I gotta say, I'm really missing the chocolate cake flavor. This chocolate flavor is still there, just not the cakey. It's not as sweet now.
She's the one that emailed me today about the one sampler.
Well, it's nice to know who you're talking to sometimes.
Yeah, she's cute too. So,
anyways, my overall rating on this, if I'm rating based on price, this is gonna end up about an 8. But if I go based off of actual feeling of it, this is a 10, a solid 10, even though the price point really knocks it down to me. And I'd still almost be tempted to, if I could afford 1 stick, to just do it. But $20 sometimes is my limit for cigars for the month. So that all depends,
well, yeah, like I was saying.
And I'd hate to get 1 cigar for the price of a bundle of cigars that I can get of 20. Because I know there's some bundles out there that are in the $20 price range. I buy them frequently. We've reviewed a few of them. It's just not likely something I'll buy outright 1 stick.
Now, if this was in another sampler that I was going to buy for other cigars and it was in it, I would get it because up there on my favorite cigar list, as you all know, I have the Romeo and Juliet Anniversario, which we'll be reviewing one of these days. The Partagas Black Label, the Partagas Triple, or the Oscuro, the Brickhouse Maduro 6x60, and now this. These are the cigars that I choose because they usually take 3 to 4 hours to smoke, which means you only need 1 cigar. And the other ones I do like that are really good that takes about 5 hours is by the Oliva Company, Flor de Oliva. They're the golds, the 10x66s.
And I know you like Brickhouse a lot. You were talking about that, what cigars you most like. And I know you like that Brickhouse Maduro.
That's why I said Brickhouse Maduro, 4 hours to smoke. I didn't get to do a review on it, but eventually I will. They have a Brickhouse sample.
Yeah, we wrote down notes, but we've decided to try to start doing some live ones. And It just seems more personal, I think, when we're actually sitting there and trying it right in front of you and let you know what our current thoughts are.
And just
I
so
think
you
it makes
know,
for a slightly better
this
review,
cigar that
but a
we're
longer review.
this cigar that we're reviewing does go really good with orange soda. This is Sam's Club's, but
And if you wonder about our humor, we try to toss that in there and some other facts about ourselves a bit, because it can be kind of boring to just watch us talk about a cigar for 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it ends up turning out to be. And that way we can maybe hold your interest for a little bit longer and you don't get bored of our thing and be like, I'm done with this. Let's watch something else.
well, the other thing is,
Because there are reviews out there that are 3 minutes long where a guy takes a couple puffs off the tip and he's like, oh yeah, this is a great cigar. I give it a 10. And it's like, you haven't even gotten into it yet. But
the ones I don't like is where they smoke like 2 inches and then snub it out and say, it was good. I've seen them all the time on...
yeah, there's actually one of the well-known sort of cigar reviewers. I like the guy for the most part, his reviews, but he does have a tendency to snub a cigar with like 2 to 3 inches left on it. And it's like, you're wasting half a stick. You're killing the sweet spot. You're not getting your money's worth. Maybe cigars are so cheap to you, you could just throw out half a stick, but...
Go ahead, throw out a $50 stick, or I bet the same guy, if he had a $750 stick, would snuff it out half full.
I think we watched him smoke the Banker, and he had a Banker, like, Toro or something, and he tossed it with like 3 inches to go. That's only half a cigar.
We tried the Banker Boolean, which is a 7 by like 58, I think.
Actually, he smoked that. So it still had about 3 inches to go. So he smoked, 4/7 of it. But what a waste of money. That's a $10 stick. And to let half of it go to waste almost, I don't know. It just doesn't set right with me. Since on a limited budget, I sit there and try to get every inch of the cigar that I can get. Every puff. If I'm burning my fingers and it's not yet burning my tips, like having the cherry right on it, I feel I can smoke a little more. There is a point where the heat gets to me and I'm like, this is done. But anyways, my review, as I said, it's a solid 10 as a cigar overall, but a 8 if you include the price point. And not one I'd buy again, but one I'd highly recommend.
I give it a 10 across the board, and for price point, I'm going to go with a 9, just because the price point is there, but I'm also basing it on the fact that, there's the construction was perfect for the most part. The cigar produced massive smoke, and it's one of those that it's a good cigar
and at
for the
Christmas
price.
to go, you get a Herfador that's worth about $20. You get the Armada, which is about a $20 smoke. You get the Divina, which is a $18 smoke or so, depending on where you get it.
The Cohiba Red Dot.
You get the Cohiba Red Dot, which is easily,
$15.
I was going to say easily 10, but it could be more. You get a Rocky Patel Edge, which is like $9. And then you get Alec Bradley Presonata, which is like $9. Do the math. And from what I understand, CI still got some of these. So, however, it doesn't just come up. You have to search it. It's not really in their samplers. It was in their new samplers, if you click new samplers. But
I search Christmas to go, and it just pulls right up. So
I definitely recommend that to you, and I'm sure Cigar International would be happy to get rid of what they got left. So, anyways, thank you for tuning in.
Please add and subscribe if you like. Please
and
post
comments if you smoked these. What do you think of them?
Please feedback, suggestion. Thank you. May God bless the world, and smoke them if you got them.